you all for being here today with me. Also, audience, if you would like to go ahead and line up to ask your questions, please don't be shy. Go ahead and get up there. I'm going to kick us off with a personal question of how'd you get into voice acting? A very, very broad origin story.
I did theater for 14 years, and Funimation moved to Texas and had open auditions, and I thought, I'll give it a shot, and got the Krillin, yeah.
What a great first role, by the way.
Yeah, great first role. My second role was Toonami Tom for Cartoon Network.
Also a great role.
That was fun.
Love him, miss him. We need him back.
We all need him.
Yeah. What about you, Patricia?
Similarly to Sunny, I started in theater, and it was actually in university that I realized that voice acting was a thing. One of my teachers had done some voice acting for video games, and I just knew instantly after taking that class that I was going to pursue it alongside the live action and theater stuff. So started then. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Being a bad stand-up comic was my thing. I did musical theater as a kid and all that, all through high school and that kind of thing, and then got out and was directionless and found stand-up comedy and started going down that path, going to college at the time, that kind of thing. And like the industry was never asking like, when's your next stand-up gig? You're so great. It was more like, you ever thought about, are you on radio? You ever thought about like voiceover? And I was like, what's that? And then finally we were trying out for the Aspen Comedy Festival. The woman that was there to evaluate us just came to me and said, who represents you for voiceover? And I went, okay, there's an industry professional. I think I'm going to stop barking up this tree and go that direction.
I don't know. You made a bunch of people laugh with just saying that, so.
But only a little bit, and that's the whole thing. That's why, that's the thing. It's like you got to get 99% of the audience if you're going to have a career in stand-up. It's like, otherwise you get, that doesn't cover it. No one's going to spend money to go see that,
the polite laughter comic.
Yeah, exactly. Or this.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yes,
Well,
there you go.
sad that it didn't end up being your career, but I think a lot of people are very happy that it
I
didn't.
could care less.
There we go.
Yes, I could care less. Believe me, with the lightning has struck so many times. And I think anybody up here would look back and go like, no, I really do miss delivering pizzas. Yeah.
So I was delivering pizzas.
Yes, exactly. Nice. For real. No, I see him here. No lie.
Really,
I did
actually?
it for years.
To this day, it's still one of the best jobs I ever had.
No, don't get me wrong. I loved it.
It was so much fun. But I was also at theater, and I've been acting my whole life. That's all I ever wanted to do. And then a friend of mine who was on Dragon Ball Tiffany walked into the pizza place I was delivering pizzas at, and she's like, have you ever thought about doing voiceover? And I'm like, I've thought about doing any acting job that will pay me money.
Anything other than this.
Right.
Like,
so
pizzas anymore.
she got me I got an audition, auditioned a few times, and then the first role was Trunks, and then I had to quit delivering pizzas.
Oh, darn.
I have, you know this story too. I literally, I went back when I first started doing the voiceover stuff, and I went back to the pizza place that I worked at. They had like 5 locations. It was a little like mom and pop shop down in Orange County, California. And when I was like on the entrepreneurial aspect of voiceover, I went back and I Googled his on hold message system, and it was this horrible like old school thing. And I said, I'll do a new one for you. You give me $500 and I'll install it on all of your systems at all of your locations, kind of thing. And I think to this day they still, because I don't think they know how to replace it. I was doing an audio class like at Chapman University where I graduated from, and the professor was like, I think you're still on hold at Zito's Pizza. And I was like, so we called, put it on speakerphone while I'm there, and I went, hi, yeah, we don't know what we want. Could you just put me on hold for like a couple minutes and then pick back up and we'll have our order ready? And she goes, sure. Puts me on hold, and I hear this recording from had to be 2001 of me going like, Zito's Pizza is delicioso. Like, it was so bad, but it's still there.
The deep lore.
Yes. I made all that money back off those guys, you know. It's awesome.
Very nice. Well, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to the audience. So please go ahead and introduce yourself and ask your question.
We can hear you, but they can't.
Also,
I think it's on
if
now.
you need to lift it, you just squeeze
I'm
the
loud
center.
enough as
And
it is. I think they can hear me.
nice.
No, we got you.
Love that.
So my question to you guys is, what would be your guys' favorite anime character growing up?
Speed Racer for me.
Oh, wow.
And I met him, Mr. Fernandez, like a year before he died at a convention, and it was so cool to meet him. And he had all these Mach 5 Hot Wheels And I said, please, Peter, save me one of those. And he goes, oh, Sonny, here. And he just signed it. And I was like, oh, ching, 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 ching.
I didn't get to watch anime growing up, but I really liked unicorns. I had 3 sisters, and my older sister would show me a lot of animated cartoons, like Last Unicorn on Earth was a huge one. Unico is maybe the only, I think it might have been anime, but it's been a really long time since I've seen it. Very strange little unicorn thing. Nowadays, I like Miyazaki films, and I'd say Totoro or Kiki's Delivery Service, stuff like that I'm really attracted to, but yeah.
I was obsessed with Robotech as a kid. That was my literally anime awakening was Robotech. And then they used to sell, when it was called Price Club, I think, back in the day before it became Costco, they sold these incredible Robotech toys, and they were the best. They were huge, and it was like, yeah, and I wish I could say that I remember the characters' names and that kind of thing, but I just remember like being so enamored with the animation of Robotech, and really for me it was explosions. I don't know why. Robotech just did like the coolest version of explosions and missiles that flew around like drunk missiles kind of a thing. Yeah, Robotech.
We have unicorns and we have explosions. I love that.
Love it, love it.
Weirdly enough, everything you just said was the answer I was going to give.
Are we related?
We may be.
I think we like.
It's the pizza
Zito's
delivery
Pizza?
thing.
Did you like? Are you me? Am I?
Did we just become best friends?
But yeah, that was me too, Robotech. And I wasn't also not into characters. I liked the robots. I liked the Invid in particular. And there was a store at this really crappy mall near where I grew up, and it took like an hour to get there. And we'd had to show up at like 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday so that you could stand in line to buy the toys, because they would only get like 4 in. Yeah.
Great question. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Adam. My question's for Roger. Huge fan of Assassin's Creed. How do you go about portraying a character who you follow from, 16 to like his early 70s? How does
technically
that change?
from birth.
You're right.
Because
Sorry,
at one
from
point,
birth.
I believe you press the B button
have to,
as
like,
the
press the
doctor to
different
spank
buttons.
the baby. Like, the weirdest thing. I would go, no, technically it's birth. You know, I didn't do the baby crying. You know, that would have been weird. No. You know what? That was, so it's a horrible accent. Everybody goes, your Italian is so good. No, it's not. It's not an authentic Italian. We call it Italia Spanglish. We blended it on purpose in many ways, that kind of thing. But what really, my good fortune in that was that they wanted one actor to portray 3 different age ranges, and knock on pleather, when I walked in, I was just like, I can do Spanish, and we'll try that for now. And they're like, we're going to hire a dialect coach and all that stuff. But they wanted to hear, young Ezio. Like, it's a good life we lead, my brother. And then, of course, when he's a little bit older and that kind of thing, and then going much older, and like, when he's, spoiler alert, I mean, it takes place in the 1400s. It doesn't end well for him. But that was the determining factor. And I don't know, any of us, I don't know, when people ask, like, how do you do? You're like, I don't know. I was watching Robotech as a kid and going, and like just mimicking and making sounds and things and going, oh, I guess I can do dinosaur sounds and things like that as a kid. It was like, and so I just walked in and was like, well, what if we went here? And what if we went here? And what if we went here? And they're like, yep, that'll do. And then they taught me everything else from there. So yeah, I take zero credit for it. That's how I do it.
Thank you.
I blame others. Thank you, sorry.
Hi, my name is Kit. Question for Roger. So I first saw you as Sonic, and now every word you say sounds like Sonic to me. I'm sorry. And
I don't know what you're talking about. This is Ezio.
And then I also grew up on Avengers Assemble, and I'm pretty sure you voiced Captain America in that. But I was recently looking at your Behind the Voice page. You voiced 745 characters over a span of 225 points of media.
How many?
745 is what they
746, the baby from Assassin's Creed. It's like, come on. Yeah, let's get that updated, guys. No.
All right. So
I have no idea if that figure is even accurate.
I
mean,
have
like,
no idea either.
Some of those things are like, but I'll take the credit for it. Why not?
My question was, you voice a lot of main characters like Captain America and Sonic. How do you get the voice actors for like the background characters? Because it's just scrolling. Oh, that guy. Yeah, I know that guy. Oh, scrolling. Oh my God. Jimmy number 3.
How do we get that? I mean, like, I think everybody up here can attest. Like, you go in for one thing, and this is the way it works. Like, this is why it's funny when somebody asks a question like this. Like, so you were Hidden Leaf Village Ninja number 4 in episode 367 of Not. And you're like, why did you say? And I'm like, the crux of the work very often is we show up, you're going to do maybe one character, and then you get 2 incidentals. That's what they get, like 3 for the price of 1 kind of a thing. And it's just, I mean, honestly, it'll be like, okay, you're 24, you're out to avenge your father's death, and you kind of go, does it sound like this? Like, no, it's too surfery. Like, does it sound like this? Like, no, it's too smoky. And like, that's just how it goes. And it's so fast. I'm right? Yeah. I'd love to tell you that it's like, because I care so much about Hidden Leaf Village Ninja member number 4. And I want that. Thank you. It was, well, I went to a dark place. I think we can all, right?
I felt the shade under the leaf.
When he said, what the? I was like, I feel like I know what was coming next. Like, what the what was what I was wanting to imply. Right. But he died before I could get the second what out. Thank you. Yep. Yeah.
I never thought of it because, like, they do have a lot of main actors doing the additional background voices, but it makes sense because imagine if they were literally hiring just one person to be like, okay, now say yay, you know? Yeah, exactly.
It would get very expensive very fast.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for being a staple in my childhood.
Thank you. And let's just make it an even, like, 800 characters. How about that? You know that?
Oh.
Okay, get on that.
Hey, Roger, you were always part of my childhood, so thank you very much for that.
Everyone up here is a part of your childhood.
Yeah.
I assure you.
True.
This is a question for everyone from like franchises like My Hero, Sonic, and Legend of Zelda. What are your favorite characters other besides yourselves?
Well, I'm out.
Yeah, I don't really appreciate other actors, our characters, really.
I just torture Koroks. That's what I do. Just kidding. For Legend of Zelda, I would say Urbosa has a very warm place in my heart.
I'm blanking now. What is Sabbath's character in My Hero Academia?
Vegeta.
No.
All Might.
Wrong.
All Might.
All Might. Yes, I love All Might.
I like All for One in My Hero because my buddy John voices him, and I like John.
Eileen from Regular Show is literally one of my favorite characters of all time. She has the greatest line ever where she says, "These burritos taste like failure." And I just thought it's the most brilliant line ever. Yeah, but Eileen from Regular Show for me. Awesome. Rando, right? Not expecting that.
Thank you.
Thank
Great
you.
question. Thank you. Hi there.
Hi. So from One Piece, Legend of Zelda, Naruto, and Fairy Tail, what are your guys' favorite lines you got to do?
From One Piece, probably Rubber Band of Doom.
I can't do the Zelda voice on stage, but come up to my booth and I'll whisper it into your ear. But courage need not be remembered, for it is never forgotten is one of my favorite lines from that series.
Datara from Naruto, ooh. Literally, there's this scene with he and Gaara, and they're going at it, and all Datara says is, ooh.
In One Piece, it's where Sanji says, "I need lady."
Thank you.
Hi there.
How we doing? My name's Chase. I'm a big DBZ fan, but my question is actually for Roger. Please let me briefly elaborate after I ask it, because you're going to wonder.
I'm not going to allow it.
Okay. Well, have a good day.
Let's just make it awkward.
Did you know after I played Resident Evil 5, your voice actually gave me PTSD?
Don't elaborate. I don't know, like...
I feel like I need
Is it going to get dark?
No.
Are you okay?
It's a good PTSD.
It is a
Show
scary
me where
game.
Chris hurt you.
Well, see, me and my buddy played it, and we put like 200 hours in it, but he would never let me play as Chris, so he just kept mashing the button going, Sheva,
Come on,
Sheva,
hurry,
Sheva,
hurry,
yeah,
Sheva,
Heva.
hurry, hurry, Sheva, Sheva, hurry,
Yeah.
hurry, Sheva.
Yeah.
Come on, hurry,
please.
Sheva, Sheva. Are you all right? Are you? Oh, we got him. Nice. Just falls to the floor, convulsing.
Yeah, so I just wanted to give you that piece of information. So
Well,
you
thanks
can
for
carry it
sharing
forever.
that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm glad I've ruined your life.
Hey, you're not the only one, I'm sure. Thank you guys, love you guys.
That's all you wanted to share. Okay. That wasn't even
No
a question.
question.
Yeah.
Only that
Literally
you gave him
declarative statement.
PTSD.
You
You
gave me
owe
PTSD.
him money.
You needed to know that.
Gave him good PTSD.
Good PTSD.
Like all those soldiers who've come back from war.
Oh God.
I'm feeling
I
it
think
again.
just
It's
punched
so
a boulder
exciting.
or something. and
We're
was-
watering down PTSD. If like, this
Most
was an
wonderful
attorney walks out
stress
on stage
disorder.
and serves me with papers now.
Hello, my name
Hi,
is Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Real quick, I did want to follow up on the pizza thing. I also deliver pizzas. It is genuinely one of the best jobs because everyone is happy to see you when you show up.
He
And
does
I have
not
to
have
admit,
pizza
that's
SD.
true.
I also delivered pizza for a while. I get it.
Yeah.
Nothing
I
better
served
than
ice cream.
You usually get free pizza too,
Yep. But okay,
but they're
my
not always
question,
happy to see you though.
Again, from Mr. Roger. I'm sorry, everybody else.
Mr.
But
Roger?
Mr. Roger. I didn't even think about that.
Welcome to my neighborhood.
So, you know, with the fifth or the sixth generation of consoles, 360, PS3, you know, Resident Evil 5 was the best selling of all the Resident Evil games up to that point, which was awesome. What happened that kept you from reprising Chris in the later trilogy that's going on now?
Nobody called.
Seriously?
That's how it works, guys. I mean, it's like, I would love to be able to sit there and say like, well, I just decided I was done, but acting doesn't work that way.
No, for sure.
It's like, nobody called, and it was like, oh, there's an RE7. Oh, and Chris is, okay, all right, I guess I'm not Chris anymore.
That's
just how it
whack.
goes. No, it's a business. That's how it goes. And I'm sure there's other decisions well beyond that stuff, but, you know.
Yep.
I never look back. I just enjoy knowing that I've given people post-traumatic stress disorder with one game alone.
Hi, my name's Devin. Hi, Devin. My question's also for Roger. You've been doing Sonic for what, 14
No.
years?
Next question. Sorry. Sorry. Yes.
All right. So your voice acting's been pretty consistent. How did you feel about the sudden change for Frontiers for the direction?
Bizarre. That was really. I mean, this is honestly how these things go with these characters that we all voice. I think a lot of people assume that we walk in and we make these decisions like, here you go, Sega. This is the voice I'm going to do for Sonic now, and it's just not that way. Like everybody up here, we listen to our directors. The directors have the ear of the client, that kind of thing. And so, sure enough, even this far into it, I walked into the booth and I went, "Hi, we're doing Sonic," and Jack Fletcher, our director of this many years as well, said, "Not like that. We're not doing it that way." And I'm like, "All right, what are we doing?" He's like a little lower, and it was just you've seen some of the videos that that people were sharing about that stuff. But it was just that suddenly they were like, "Look, we're trying to go a little bit more of a serious Sonic story, so we're gonna make it a more serious talking blue hedgehog."
And this does not sound serious. I'm gonna give you post-traumatic stress disorder. Oh yeah!
No, but I'm gonna give you post-traumatic stress disorder. Oh yeah. It works better. So that was it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is William. This is a question for Sunny, kind of picking off of a question.
Oh, sorry. If you don't mind, I'll answer it. I mean, if that's exactly.
Kind of piggybacking off a question that was asked earlier. What is your favorite line as Apachai from Kenichi?
Muay Thai is the art of bare-hand man-killing.
Thank you so much.
So we do have about 10 minutes left. So we will try and do a lightning round. However, if we don't get to your question, please go see all of our wonderful guests at their booth.
Write a sternly worded Yelp review.
Title it Too Witchy. How dare you make them leave?
I never got my pizza. There were 3 pizza guys up there, and nobody.
I will say that they're not happy to see you on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving when they find out it's 3 hours for the pizza. Yeah, that was always. But that was the day we made the most money.
Hi, Ezio. Go right ahead.
Hello, my name is Chase. I have a question for Roger. What was your favorite Assassin's Creed game to play? It can be yours or another one.
Oh, it's definitely mine. It was Assassin's Creed 2. It was just, it all began there. That's when I was getting a chance to work with Patricia, the creator of the entire series, and it was just a really special time in life. I remember I made some lifelong friends with some of the crew. It just felt like we were sitting on something that we didn't know, but we felt really good about it, and we were just hopeful, and then it came out, and it was like, holy cow. And then I meet Chase this many years later, and this is your first con, correct? And you cosplayed as Ezio, and that's just incredible. And you 3D printed your own hidden blade? Is that correct? Yeah, Chase had a really cool, it's just, we live in an amazing time, and it's crazy to think that 15 years later, a game that I was a part of like that has that kind of impact. So yeah, AC2 for me. Thanks, Chase.
Thank you.
Salute, my friend.
Hello, I'm Taipan, and I wish to ask, I ordered a pizza like 13 years ago. Where the crap is it? No, I'm just kidding. That's not it.
I did,
was there
on
ever a
more
role
than
you
one
got-
occasion, eat the pizza on the way to the delivery.
Ah, you bastard. Was there ever a role you got that you really, really wanted to talk about, but you were still under NDA and you couldn't?
Several of the Dragon Ball Z movies, you know, like one of them we knew like 2 years before we did it, and it was just so frustrating that we couldn't tell anyone. That might have been Broly.
I'm so scared of NDAs, I'm not going to answer that question.
Fair enough. That it?
Hey.
Like
They can't answer it.
Like we are walking NDAs. We literally walk around with NDA on our body. Yeah.
My ploy failed. I'll get you next time. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's that game where everybody dies. Exactly. Yeah, that's the one that I can't talk about.
Well, you'll be hearing from lawyers soon. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you for your question. Hi, Bear.
Hi, my name is Caden. Hi, Caden. Well, first, I'm a big fan of all of you guys. So, for Roger, what was it like for you to...
So, yeah, okay, go for it. Sorry.
That was beautifully delivered. No, I'm a big fan of all you guys.
Look, I apologize.
Roger?
I apologize.
It's a politician.
I apologize,
entry.
but...
I think that's the panel equivalent of when somebody starts a sentence with no offense, but. Because whatever comes next is not fun.
So, this is a question for Roger. What was it like for you to voice Batman in a few of the Arkham games?
Utterly surreal. You can't even begin to imagine. It's like this. All of a sudden you get the call and they go, you got it. And you go, I got it. Oh no, I got it. Because it was at that time. I mean, it was like at that time I was working on regular show with Mark Hamill. Could not mention it. Speaking of NDAs, could not say a word about this. And it was one of those things where both Troy and I were like, oh boy. But it's just surreal. You just hope that you're doing justice to what Kevin and Mark had established at that time. Because I grew up, that was my Batman and Joker, and it's like, oh my gosh, I get to be a part of something incredible. It's amazing. It's truly an honor, but it's also just scary as all get out. But yeah, that was it. It was crazy. Thank you. This is for Zelda.
This one's definitely for me.
Yes. Hi, my name is Devin, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I just wanted to point that out, and I have a question for Roger, and I know it's getting...
Gotta go fast, man. Let's get it out.
I just wanted to say that you guys, that Q&A you did, like that Twitter takeover you did with Kirk, I loved it. That honestly was one of your funniest one yet. You guys have an amazing chemistry together, and I just love it so much. It was so funny.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say, what is your favorite thing about playing Sonic the Hedgehog?
Folks like yourself. Like literally, I am so lucky to get to be, and I think anybody up here can attest to the fact that we get to be a part of these franchises that have decades of significant impact, and it's just not lost. I mean, 2026 will be 35 years of Sonic the Hedgehog. Next year marks technically my 15th year of voicing a character, and there's never been a better time to be a fan of the franchise, and I'm still just as honored as ever to be a part of something that is so iconic to gaming as this figure, this character. It's amazing. So. Yeah, it's getting to meet folks like you who are going to put that on and die of heat stroke if you're not careful. You got to vent. You got to vent every now and then. But no, it's incredible. It's a massive thing. It's so much bigger than all of us. All of these things we're a part of. So yeah, it's an honor.
And thank you so much.
Thank
Roger.
you, buddy.
You keep up the good work.
Thank you.
This one also has to be for Roger, little Luffy.
No, no, it's
All
for
right.
Gilligan. No, sorry.
My name is Casey, and this is my son Ollie. This is his first ever con.
Nice.
You look
What's up,
amazing
Ollie?
as Luffy.
Woohoo! We're a one-piece kind of family. Sorry to the two in the middle, but you're still cool. But like, it's not the same.
A good
My
type of
husband
family.
Zorro is over there hanging with his best friend
Married
Sanji.
Zorro? Lucky.
Yeah, I know. There are some people that really ship that couple. So this question is for him because he was too nervous to ask. He wanted to ask, why do you think Usopp has a long nose and Sanji has curly eyebrows? You better have a good
If
answer.
you watch the anime, you will see a lot of people with long noses in the background, you know? I think that's just a race of beings there on that universe.
As for Sanji, I I don't know, but my speculation is that it has to do with his attraction toward women. I think somehow a curly eyebrow makes him seem a little less threatening.
Oh, I thought it made
think
him
it's
look
nice.
pervy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, wait,
Nice
wait,
job,
wait. Before
Ollie.
you go, though, I have a question. Roger, what is your favorite
Yeah.
Sonic
First of all,
line?
Sonny, before you
Yeah.
ask that question, I want to say I'm a huge fan of you.
I am a big fan of yours.
Patricia, can I ask you?
Yeah.
Eric, huge fan of Sonny.
Yeah.
Witchy, can
I'd love to
I have
answer.
a question. Ollie, I have a question for you. No, sorry.
Thank
Are you
y'all so
enjoying
much.
yourself, Ollie?
Wonderful cosplay. King of the Pirates! Hello, Bayonetta.
Hello, yes, I'm Bayonetta, or you can call me by my government name, Paige.
Paige.
My question is kind of for all of you guys. I'm kind of like a beginning voice actor, kind of doing small roles, and I get frustrated when I have to repeat a line and do it over. What's your kind of mentality to try to get it perfect without like getting frustrated with yourself?
I just think of it as another opportunity, you know? I mean, you should be loving the acting of it, so give it another delivery, you know? I rarely give the same reading twice. Yeah. It frustrates some directors. Can you do it that way again, but just hit that? No.
Why would you do it twice if you do it the exact same way? Why do you need it again then?
Just going to be in the moment and give it what I feel right then.
Yeah, take it or leave it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you several.
I would say you may have just summed up like 90% of our jobs right there. Do the same line, but a little differently each time.
Yeah, can you change the inflection just a little bit on this word instead of that one?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And finding your way through that, actually.
It's about playing. You're just playing. Yeah. And it's another opportunity, like you were saying, just another opportunity to have a great time. You know, it's like, yeah, just do something different.
What they said.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Unfortunately, we only have time for one more. I know, but please go see these lovely guests at their booth. They will be there. They will love to see you.
This is very impressive, by
I
the way.
agree.
Yeah.
So I have a question. I'm Lieutenant Commander Data, by the way, traveling from the future.
we
visiting all
gathered.
around here. I would like to know, for all the characters that you obviously spent the most time playing, did you give a trait to that character that is part of you, and did you take a trait from that character that you have become part of you going forward in your real life?
For me, both. Krillin, he laughs like this. And one time I was laughing and I went, whoa. Did I always do that? And then I was at my dad's house and I got him laughing about something. He was like, and I went, oh, that's where that came from. So yeah, I think I give a lot of myself to it, and I also take a lot out of it.
Yeah, I think you kind of do with every character a little, especially one that gets to be fleshed out, perhaps. I went in, I think, sort of relating to like the Zelda character. She loves nature. She puts a lot of pressure on herself. So that's a really easy thing to relate to and also give to a character. And I think I take away, I don't know, you sort of carry around a character, especially when you get to meet fans through it and you hear their stories and it all kind of melds together in your brain and heart. So yeah, I feel like we're sort of intrinsically linked on some level. Oh God, I said link. Jeez. Sorry.
Wow, I didn't even
You're
pick
giving
up
us
on that.
PTSD.
Exactly.
Say pizza
good
SD.
PTSD though. Mirage from Apex Legends, for me, like the little like self-deprecating little ad-libs at the end of everything, that's just a lot of my sense of humor kind of a thing, and they let us play around with that character, and there's a lot of that in me. But yeah, I think inherently we bring little bits of ourselves to these things. It's where the performance kind of is conjured, I guess.
Yeah, same. For me, I kind of look at myself as like a farmer. When I'm out in the world, I try to pick up qualities and traits from people that I meet. Like this one guy I met last week, I can't even do it now, but he talked out of both sides of his mouth, and his teeth stayed. And I'm like, I've been practicing that at home because I'm like, I'm going to use that someday. Yeah. So and just little quirks and things that you see, and you bring those things to the characters. Sometimes they're from deep inside of you. Sometimes it's from this guy I met on the street.
I was directing a show, and there was a cat in it who had a couple of lines, and I thought, I'll just play the cat. And I was on my way to Funimation to record it, and NPR was on, and there was a guy talking about the latest thing, and I went, oh, that's the voice for the cat.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you, Gina.
question.
Destructo disc.
Destructo disc.
Before I let y'all go, do you have any? I know NDAs are your life. Do you have anything coming up that you would like to let the audience know about beforehand?
I will be smoking a brisket next weekend.
Are we invited? We'll bring the pizza.
Sequel confirmed.
I'm going to
Someone's
be
gonna do that with
unpacking
it.
in my new house.
Congratulations.
I have an NDA, but I like to pronounce it nda.
Nah.
I got a huge game coming out where everybody dies. Spoiler alert.
I am going to pimp something out because I own it. I have a comedy troupe called The Folding Chairs, and we do sketch comedy. So please look up The Folding Chairs online or come to my table and grab a free whoopee cushion with our URL on it.
Well, if you're going to do that, go to Dark Horse Comics and find the latest comic book I drew. It's called Elf Quest. It's awesome.
And if you're going to do that, I have 2 indie albums out. That's under SummerssetBand.com. You can come and you can order or listen to those or on
This is
Apple.
what this is for, yeah.
Fine, Dying Like the Beast is coming at some point, and it's yeah, we're back. You're gonna hear me yell the F word about 5,000 times in Dying Light again. Sorry, that was like, ooh boy. I didn't say it.
Awesome. Well, everyone, can I get one more round of applause for our lovely panelists? Thank you again for joining us. We're going to do a stage selfie, so if you're not privy to what that is, we stand up, the audience stands up, comes to the stage, we all turn around, take a quick picture together.